Some of the topics discussed in this episode may be triggering to some listeners. To see what they are, check out the description below. Now all of that in haiku. Take it away, Lauren.
Topics deep ahead. Health, divorce, and mental strain. Jokes and puns remain. With a deep breath, you step back and allow Egbert's energy to flow freely. The harmonic hum intensifies, vibrating the air around you as the garden pulses with light. Suddenly, there's a loud crack. The ground beneath Eggbert shifts, and slowly, oh so slowly, Egbert's shell begins to splinter. As you watch in awe, the pieces of the shell fall away, revealing... Oh, I keep bumping my mic. Make sure you try not to bump it because I'm terrible.
Okay. Nope. Why? I wanna get up close and personal. My mic likes me.
Oh,
Hi, buddy.
We're about to get up close and personal.
And why is that?
Because, hi everybody.
Hi.
We're so excited because we've been working on this project for a while now. And
it has been a minute. So I'm just really excited. We're finally recording episode 1.
Episode uno. What is our new podcast called, Jordan?
We are fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're
and
fine.
When you think of that, I immediately think of like the dog meme in a dumpster fire that is life.
Absolutely. I think of, you know what I think of? I think of something a little different. I think of raccoons and possums. Live fast, eat trash, baby.
Anywho, welcome to our new podcast. We're so excited to have you guys here, where we are going to dive into all things relationships and education and just the laughing through all of the chaos that is life.
Because trust us, we have plenty of experience with that.
Yeah. Honestly, too much experience with that.
Yeah, so
more than my comfort level of experience with that. But I think what's going to be awesome about this is that we are able to share our experiences, in life, laughing through the tragedies with you guys, and then we can all commiserate together and feel sorry for each other.
Yeah, and speaking of that, looking towards the future with this show, we're excited. We're going to have guests coming on, speaking with their stories, telling us the highs and lows of their life, and what's that one moment that you look back on, and when you were living it, it was just the worst moment, but now you can't help but laugh because of how crazy life can be sometimes.
Definitely. So I think this would be a good place to talk about who we are, because for some of you, this is the first time you're meeting us. So welcome.
Hi, strangers. How's it going?
Not strangers. Now they're friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know they were friends now. So I think they're more acquaintances, not friends. We're not really there yet. But, by the end of this episode, we're going to be BFFs. Trust me.
Jordan's the logical one, if you couldn't tell. Anywho, so I'm Lauran Woolley. I am known as Mrs. Woolley in Fifth on all of my social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, I'm there. So I started back in 2020, right around the time.
Been that long since COVID?
Been that long, unfortunately. It feels like just yesterday, but I started back in 2020 making content for, my students, just to help them laugh at what being a teacher was like, and, talking about what my day-to-day life looked like. And it kind of just evolved from there and became this awesome project that I've been working on for 5 years.
I do think, to be honest here, let's be honest with the group.
Be honest, please.
I think you're brushing over the whole starting up a bet with one of your students.
That is true.
I think you should at least mention that your whole rise to your internet career was because you decided to bet a child you can get more followers than them.
Okay, well, this student that I had was struggling in one of my co-teacher's classes, and I found out that he really liked TikTok. And so I had never been on TikTok. I never posted really anything on social media. Listen, okay, I know. Okay, I lived under a rock for a while, guys. It's okay.
For a while?
For the majority of my life. Anywho, so I bet him that I could get more followers than he could by the end of the year. And then COVID hit. So we all were in quarantine. I had way too much time on my hands, made too many videos that I look back on and cringe at, but it's fine. But it got him to come to class every week during our virtual meets. So it kind of worked out.
I think that's great.
I love it. We are obviously, I've been on the internet, but Jordan, this is all new to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the internet's new to me. That would be
First of all, who
this
are
meeting.
you?
I am Jordan Woolley. So I've had the honor of being married to you since
Aw.
2018.
That's sweet.
2 years before you decided to bet children that you could rise to the charts of celebrity on the internet.
Stop saying it like that. I definitely didn't do that.
I don't know. I think that's what happened.
I was just trying to get this kid to come to class, okay?
No, yeah. So no, I think it worked out for both of you. He came to class, he got an education, and you have a platform of almost 8 million followers now. So, I mean, one of you did win a little bit more than the other, but I'm dying grass here at that point.
Yeah, you're dying grass. You're dying
Okay.
grass.
No, so yeah.
But I think one of the funniest stories that we can tell to kind of help them get to know us a little bit more
Okay.
is the story of the beginning of our entire marriage, which was our engagement. And how
Oh.
perfect, because
Oh no.
the day this is coming out is actually the anniversary of our engagement.
Oh,
So special. So do you want to tell it,
I
or
was
do you
gonna say,
want
I
me
think-
to tell it?
I think I have to tell it.
I think you do.
And
I think you should start all the way from October of 2016. That was when you were going to, and you didn't.
oh, I have to tell that. That part's sad though.
Nah, it's not. I mean, it's part of the show.
Okay,
we laugh
well,
at our
you know what?
tragedies.
We'll go through
I'm
it.
okay
So-
with you telling it.
Okay,
Because
no, that
it's
makes
my
sense.
sad story.
Yeah, but now I feel like I just met these people. We're getting past that strangers. We're moving through the acquaintance
And
stage.
we're just gonna dive right
and I'm
in.
gonna dive into this story that makes me sound like a complete and total jerk.
No, it doesn't. It does
I don't
not.
know. Well, okay, we're gonna tell it. So we had been dating for a while. And in October of 2016, I was getting brave. I was getting up that courage, and I was like, I'm gonna ask her to marry me. And I had the bright idea because I am anxious and I don't want to do anything wrong. I'm like, hey, Lauran, do you want to go to the jeweler's with me? So she's like, yes. Of course she's like, yes. Like, she knows what's coming out of this. And we first go to a local jeweler. And that was...
Pause. I gotta put some context on this. I gotta put some context on this because at this point in time, I was a first-year teacher, and all of my first-year teacher friends out there know we make nothing in the first year that we are teaching. And on top of already having a pretty low salary, I'm talking I was making $30,000 a year, before taxes. I also was accidentally putting way too much money into my retirement fund. So I literally did not have any money. So we were broke as a joke at this point.
I was about to say, you're defending yourselves. I would also like to make my case here and say that I was still in college.
That's true.
I had no income except for my job at the gas station.
You were getting paid for an internship. A little.
Oh, yeah, I was at that time, wasn't I? It was not that much. It was minimum wage, too.
That's true.
So we go to the local jeweler. We're looking at all of these just beautiful hand-cut diamonds, stuff that it's in magazines and movies. I'm just wow, this stuff looks beautiful. And they were like, yeah, so...
We never stood a chance, guys.
So they're like, yeah, do you like this band and everything? And they keep saying band. And I was just like, yeah, I like the ring. And then we finally settled on a band.
I forgot about this part.
And they're like, okay, well, that costs what was it, $8,000.
Yeah, something around there.
And then they're like, are you ready to pick out the diamond?
Yeah, because I had never known that you have to, well, sometimes you can buy some rings that
I
are
think with
already
very
put
fancy
together.
jewelers, this is how this works, but not for...
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were you had to actually select the rock that you put on the ring.
I hear so many people complaining about how we need to teach financial literacy schools. I think everybody should go through a course on how to pick out an engagement ring because they do not teach you that.
Well, as Michael Scott said, 3-month salary or 3-year salary, right?
Yeah, that's what it felt like in the moment.
It really did.
So we're sitting there. They say, oh, well, now it's time to pick out the diamond. And I was like, wait, I thought we picked out the ring. And I'm like, no, now you get the honor of choosing your beautiful diamond that's going to cost you another $8,000.
No, you're forgetting
Wait, I'm forgetting
They
something?
literally went into a safe.
Well, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
and they brought out this first bag of diamonds, which was like the normal
Yeah.
average, everyday person is going to pick this bag of diamonds.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the
Leo Select
Yes.
line.
Yes, and it was like this. They brought out this giant case, and this rock, I'm telling you, was like
Do you remember
3 carats.
they had the security guard come over too? Because they
Right.
had a security person in the store, and he came over when they brought that over.
But they don't tell you the price or anything.
No.
So they just walk it over and they put it on your hand and make you all excited and happy about your ring and stuff. And then they go.
And then they use scientific terms. It's like, there are no inclusions. This is an EFD level 2 grade 37 diamond. And I'm sitting there like, this sounds amazing. Give me that diamond. All right. Your firstborn child, please.
Right? Because we asked how much it cost, and the diamond alone was $12,000. Just the rock. So the ring altogether was going to be 20 grand.
What, I'm posing this, and I want the community out here, our new acquaintances, our new friends here.
Which also, come up with a name for yourselves, because what do we call you?
No, so I want you guys, those of you, I'm looking at you who are jewelers. Like, come on, is this a game to you? Like, I want to know, because I looked like a college kid. I had scraggly long hair. I was in a band tee and ripped jeans and just destroyed Vans. You knew I didn't have 40 grand for a ring.
Listen, you could have pretty womaned them and been gone in your band tee and your ripped jeans, and then what if they judged you based on how you looked and didn't sell you that diamond, and then you walked out of the store and were like, big mistake, huge, I actually am a millionaire, which we're not. But
do you know me? Even if I had that capability, I would not. I would have walked in there like, you don't belong, and you're like, you know what, sir? You know what, ma'am? I don't belong here.
We feel like that everywhere we go. We've tried to go to so many different fancy restaurants and stuff, and we just feel so out of place. Oh my God.
So to continue with this story, because it's gonna be ups and downs here. So we're getting ready for a down. So
a big down.
A big down. So we go home, and then eventually I get the feeling of what Lauren's looking for a diamond ring of death.
A diamond ring of death?
A diamond ring of death.
A diamond ring of death?
I'm getting the feel for what Lauren's looking for in her engagement ring. So me and my mom then go to K Jewelers, and we eventually pick out this ring. It's something with an affordable monthly payment for a college student.
Mm-hmm. And it's beautiful. I love it.
It's also not very expensive.
I mean, it was expensive for what we could afford.
Not much when you're a college student.
I don't care. I love it. It's pretty. That's all that matters.
So we picked it out. I'm super excited. Autumn and fall and October and all of that is our favorite time of year. I make plans for Lauren. I forget where we went because we still ended up going, but I make plans. I'm like, this is going to be the day. I'm going to ask her to marry me. I'm getting super excited. And I get home from classes,
mm-hmm.
and you are bawling. And I'm like, oh no, something's wrong. And I ask you, I'm like, so what's going on? Like, you're really upset. What's going on? And you're like, hey, I just want to let you know, my parents are getting divorced.
Who have been together for 25 years.
And I'm like, oh.
He
bad
was like, well,
time.
I guess I'll wait then.
Yeah.
So long story short, he didn't end up actually proposing to me in October as he planned.
No.
He proposed to me on December 4th.
December 4th.
Yes.
So
that's the fun part of us picking out our ring, and we'll have to tell the actual engagement story, the proposal, another time, because this is a funny story as well.
Oh my gosh.
But we could honestly drone on about our engagement all day long.
I was about to say, do we have to have a part 2 for the engagement?
We have to have engagement part 2.
Okay. The engaging?
The engaging.
Electric engageloo?
You're gonna get a lot of pop culture references from us
because
we're nerds and we follow the same 5 shows.
Yeah.
Constantly.
So
we live in memes.
All right.
So I hope you're prepared, guys. Speaking of highs and lows, this brings us to another segment we're gonna have in our show where we talk about highs and lows of the month. So you want to You want to start us off?
Oh, I'm going to start us off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
think
feel
you
like I've
should.
been, no, you know what? I feel like I've been talking the majority right now. So I'm going to give it to you.
Oh,
It's your turn to
okay.
take the lead here.
Okay.
So
Okay. So what do we want to start with? Do we want to start with highs or lows?
let's go low
Let's go low.
and bring it up high.
We're going to go low and then go high?
Yeah.
Okay.
We go low so
And then-
everybody else can go high.
And then we go high.
And then we go high.
Okay. So, I hate to bring it down to like after we had that fun story of my parents getting divorced.
Ooh.
But I hate to bring it down to here, but all right, so my low for the month, one of my lows for the month was obviously we've been married since 2018. So we're going on we've been married for 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
That's
is our
math.
Yeah, that is math. 6
Math,
years
math.
being married. And we have kicked this can down the road about 1,000 million times.
I
But
think we started off by punting it first.
we
And
rocket
then-
launched it
yeah.
down the road. Like, I'm pretty sure when we got married, your mother was like, "So baby, like when are we gonna have a baby now?" And not in like an intrusive way at all. Like
Yeah.
she is very respectful of like our decisions and everything. It's just kind of like she's excited to be a
Oh,
grandma.
yeah. She's really excited.
And so is my mom. So we we weren't ready though. Obviously, when we got married, we were young. We were 24, and we weren't ready to have a kid. So we rocket launched that can down the road. And now that I just turned 30 and you're 31,
Yeah.
I feel like we are now in a place where our careers are established.
No, I was
and-
going to say, as much as we joke about rocket launching, for us and for our situation and for our life, I think that was a good decision. I think we both have grown so
Yes.
much. We both experienced so much that have made us
Yes.
just, I know I'm speaking for myself here. I am not the mess, the dumpster fire that I was when I was 25 years old. So no, I
you
think
weren't the trash bandicoot that
I
you
was
were. At
I was
23.
not Trash Bandicoot. So
I agree. I think we've definitely matured
Yeah,
a lot.
I think everybody's life journey and their stories, it's all different, and if it works for you, it works for you. And I just I look on our journey, I think I think we made a good decision.
We made the
for
best
us.
decision for us.
Yes.
Right. Because absolutely, everybody should make the best decision for
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we did that for ourselves, and we just weren't ready at the
Mhm.
time. We've always kind of toyed with the idea back and forth of when that would be. But I feel like, we both kind of landed on 30.
Yeah.
And, we lived through, being married all through our 20s, which honestly, for me, I really liked taking that time to get to know one another a bit more, and also to learn how to live with someone else.
Yeah.
Because I lived in my house, like my family home, until I was married, and I had never lived in I didn't go out, I didn't go to college out of state or anything, or out of town. So I lived at home all through college. I never had that experience
Mhm.
of living with other people. So we took a lot of time to learn about that, and just I feel like we worked a lot because we both are huge advocates for mental health, and we both go to therapy.
Mhm.
So through therapy and doing some couples therapy here and there, we've been able to talk about things that we want to really make positives in our relationship. And so we finally feel like we're at that point where this is the time, we're ready to go. So we started the process of trying to start a family in August of this year. So it hasn't been very long. It's only been a few months, but I think the low for me for this month was just getting another negative pregnancy test. Just because I don't know. I try to put on a front and act like it doesn't bother me.
I'm going to stop you right there because hold on. Your front, I'm not saying you are absolutely valid in your feelings and everything you've experienced with this so far. And I don't want to take that from you. And I also don't want to make you feel like you have to put on a front.
You
But-
don't, by the way.
No, I know. I just want to make sure I'm validating you there. But I also want to say, I know why you're putting on a front. And I just want to say you are bad at it.
Listen, I wear my heart on
You're
my sleeve. I've
you're-
said this a million times.
You're coming home. Your eyes are puffy. I'm sorry, not you're coming. I'm coming home. Your eyes are puffy. You're still crying. There are still tears. You're sniffling. It is obvious you are upset. And like the pregnancy test is on like the table, like in eyesight. You meant to throw it away, you didn't throw it away. And I'm like, what's wrong? And you're like, nothing. Nothing
Stop.
is wrong.
Stop.
And I'm like, Lauren, there's obviously something wrong right now.
I know, but I guess from my perspective, like I think of it as this, and like you said, I'm valid in my feelings,
Yeah.
but I also try to put myself in the perspective of other people. And I know that there are men and women and, just families out there
Yeah.
in general that are like hoping and praying for a child, whatever way that
Well,
comes.
like you said
And
too, like
have
we've
been hoping and praying for much longer
that's
than
what I was
me.
gonna say. Yeah, because
And
like
so
we've
that's
been on
why
this
it
journey
almost
for
feels invalid, but even though it's not,
Yeah.
So I guess I try to stay positive and like, it's normal for it to take a while. And I don't
Yeah.
think people talk about that enough.
No, because I brought it up to my boss at work, and I like
Mhm.
let her know we started this journey and everything, and I feel like it's not like I know, she told me how long it took, and like it's like, oh wow, like it took them a minute to
Yeah.
have their first child and
Right.
everything. So and I know, like you said, like, but
I don't know if it
still
just
stings.
triggers
Yeah.
something in you. Like it's from my perspective, I don't know if it just triggers something in me.
Mhm.
Like I'm like, well, why isn't it working? Like
Yeah.
it's supposed to happen, and it just makes you think, and then your brain gets all foggy with the anxiety of it not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Well, I mean, like you touched on, we both go to therapy. We both deal with things like anxiety and depression and everything. And I think that it's a pretty easy trigger for what has gone on in your past and everything to
Mhm.
make you feel that way in your journey. So I don't think that's
Yeah.
I know
So
like you said, like yeah, it takes time and everything, and we're like this has only been like month 2 of the journey, and there's been people who've gone on so much longer and have dealt with so much more, but
Right.
you're still like, don't
It's
discount
okay
your
that I
own.
feel that
Yeah,
way.
don't discount your
Right.
disappointment.
Right. But I just want to say, like anyone else going through that journey of, hoping to start a family, whether that's through adoption or surrogacy or, just, IVF, all whatever means you're trying to start your family. I'm sending all the good vibes and all the baby dust your way because that's where we're at. And we're hoping for, not another negative test this upcoming month. So that was my low for the month. What about
Oh
you?
boy. Well, I feel like my low was not as like deep as yours.
That's okay though. We
I was
don't need
gonna
to go
say,
super
no,
deep
I
every
was gonna say,
time.
we don't need to like trauma race here.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's not it's
no.
not a race.
No, I think my low this month was definitely having bronchitis after not being
That was
sick
rough.
for almost like 4 years. Well, I should say not being sick with upper respiratory, because there was the whole 2 years of dealing with an ulcerative colitis flare that was not fun, but
Mhm.
that's a whole story in itself. But yeah, no, it was really rough because I get like really anxious about like getting sick. Having like being diagnosed at a young age with ulcerative colitis and going through that all has like really given me like just really bad knee-jerk reactions to anytime I get sick. And you've experienced that a lot where I can have the sniffles and I am
Yeah.
like, I am dying
You have
today.
you have medical anxiety.
Yeah, I know.
Anything medical.
But I remember it was the second day of dealing with it. And you're like, before I had gone to bed that night, you're like, you need to go to the doctor. It's like, nah, I'll be fine. I'll show you who needs a doctor.
Yeah,
Like,
Jordan never listens to me almost to the point like, okay, years ago when he did go through that colitis bout, he literally was like making himself sick, staying at home. I had to drag him to the hospital to get him IV fluids. I was like, dude, you
No.
need to go.
No.
And I like fought him on this for like weeks. And finally he let me take him.
To touch on that story, I knew it was bad when my gastro showed up at the hospital and was like, you need to put him in a bed now.
Yeah, and this was like peak COVID
Yeah.
when the hospitals were like rampant. It was like impossible to get in like through the emergency room. So we had to get like special authorization from the doctor
Yeah.
who physically had to come to the hospital and be like, now,
Yeah.
like IVs. Like it was not good. So when Jordan gets sick, because is it okay that I tell this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, because he has an autoimmune disorder, he gets like 10 times as sick as somebody else. Like, so I had the same bronchitis that he had a few weeks earlier, and it maybe took me out for like a couple days. And I wouldn't even say took me out. Like, I was sick for a few days, and then I had like a lingering cough. But you were like down for the count for an entire week.
I like how now you're able to tell when I'm like truly like, oh, he's on death's door sick, is because I have this, like, I don't know what it is.
Death's door.
I don't know what that is my expression. I will use it. I don't know what it is, but I have this just like coping mechanism when I'm sick of I'm just going to curl up in a ball and just have this insanely hot shower. And I remember the one day I was doing that, and you knock on the door, you open it up, you look down because I'm in a ball on the floor of the shower, and I'm like, oh, you're not okay.
Yeah, you're not good. So that was your low for the month. I think that was pretty rough.
It was. Well, the waking up at 2 a.m. on the second night, coughing up blood is also not fun. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you went to the doctor and got medicine. So maybe next time you'll listen to me.
Hey, doctors out there, thank you. I'm alive because of you.
That is true. All right, so on to the high points of
Yay,
our
the
month.
Fun stuff.
Yes, because, we go low and then we go high. So my high point for the month, and I think this is kind of for a little bit for both of us, was so we're starting a small business and we're trying to, develop our business on the side of also working full time. And we've been putting in a lot of work. Yeah. And now doing this for all of you guys.
Yeah.
But we've been putting in a lot of work. And obviously it's not, up and running yet. So we don't make money off of it or anything. It's just kind of like a passion project right now.
It's a lot of like sleepless nights for no pay, which is so much fun. I mean, I love doing a ton of work for no pay.
I do. I am very grateful though that we have the opportunity to do this. And we're at a point where we can, So our business, we're a company that we're partnered with like a local business incubator. And they have this event every year that is like their Shark Tank. So not the actual show, but an event where they pick, 5 companies to pitch their project, and you can win prize money for the company. And we got selected to pitch. And
yay!
I know, we were so excited because we're literally in like the infant stage of our company. Yes, like it's so tiny.
They call it the ideation stage.
Yes, we're teeny tiny, and we're we don't consider us up with like the big dogs of startups. So for us to get picked for that, it was just really exciting, and I'm excited to participate.
I was gonna say, Lauren's not fully telling the story here. She is the captain, the CEO of the team and everything. And I just want to say, like, your leadership skills and your hard work has just been amazing and should be applauded. So
thank you.
Round of applause.
I hope I'm doing a good job because I just really want to I want to be a good leader, and I hope I'm doing everything that I can to do that.
You are. You go get him. You get him, big dog.
Thank you.
Big dogs. Woof, woof.
All right. What's your high for the month?
Oh my gosh. My high was just, for me, it was the best. It was getting to see 21 Pilots again for the 4th time.
It was.
Oh no, for me, it's been more than 4 times. I've seen them. I don't even know. I can't even count how many times I probably could. I'd have to think about it, but I've seen them so many times. They are always so freaking phenomenal. That show for the Clancy tour was just chef's kiss. Tyler Joseph is just, I love him. I love that man. Josh Dunn is a beast. He's an animal. They're just the dynamic duo. Not Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin, who, like, I don't even know them. The dynamic duo is Josh Dunn and Tyler Joseph.
It was a pretty damn good show.
It was so good. I
enjoy every show. Those are the concerts that I go to. Like, because sometimes we'll go to concerts and I'm like, okay, when's this gonna end? Because I love music.
You mean like so the show comes out December 4th, but we are recording on October 10th here. This upcoming Sunday on the 13th, we're going to see the Front Bottoms. And are you excited?
So excited.
No, you're not. You could just say you're not excited.
I go with Jordan because he's excited.
Yes.
So we'll go to shows like that, and I kind of like, I will pull up the set list and be like, all right, 3 more songs. But like 21 Pilots is one band that I literally could watch forever and never get sick of them.
For me, like,
and they're from Ohio.
With them being from Columbus, you know, it just gives us like this like hometown connection and everything, especially the year we saw them down in Columbus at Nationwide.
That was incredible.
But don't come at me, Skeleton Click. That's the fan base for
Okay, listen, I love 21 Pilots, but I didn't know that.
Don't come at me. I will say they are not the most like, they're not intricate music. They're not like the most like, it's not like,
their music's a vibe. It's just a good vibe.
It's a vibe. It is pop music. I will sit there and say, like, don't hate me. I'm being honest. But what I think sets them so much apart, and especially during their live shows, is just the emotional connection that they have, especially with their music and their fan base.
Yeah.
I have seen a number of artists at the levels from local band all the way up to like top performers like this. And they are in a group all of their own. And the only other artist I have seen from my personal like music journey has been Noah Kahan, that can really connect with his audience
he was awesome
connect with his music emotionally the way they do. Like it is just, they're on a different level with that. Like when they get up there, they are in it. And it's so cool to see them live. So
I love that. Yeah, that was a really fun concert. I can't wait to see them again the next time.
Oh, you know, as soon as the next tour dates, because this is like a world tour, so they'll probably do a second leg. And you know, as soon as they announce either a Cleveland, Columbus, or Pittsburgh date, we are getting those tickets beforehand. I'm gonna, my life mission now is to find out like who their tour manager is, and I'm gonna become BFFs with them. And I'm like, just give me the tickets. Don't worry. I'll pay. I'm good for it. Just give it to me before they go on sale.
All right. Well, while Jordan hunts down 21 Pilots tour manager, we will take a quick break and we'll be back with an excellent adventure. Okay, being a teacher, obviously our brains went back to, some of us might have experienced in high school having to take home an egg to take care of in home ec class.
Wait, you guys got eggs? I got a rock.
I got a robot baby. So
whoa, hold on. Some of us are getting eggs. I got a rock. Robot baby?
Yeah.
Robot baby.
It was a robot baby.
Robot baby?
Robot baby.
Robo baby.
Stop. Anyway, so we thought it would be fun if we put in to ChatGPT some scenarios and have it create a game for us where we are trying to take care of an egg and decide different pathways for its life to take. So I'm going to read off.
I do want to preface this.
Yes.
That we played test this with our amazing producers, and this is just a wild journey.
It is. It's gonna get extremely crazy.
I like that one.
See, that was a good one.
That was shell-tastic.
Oh, stop. You cracking me up.
Oh!
Okay, so
there's a lot to yoke about. Just go, because this is just gonna get way off the rails.
Okay, well, the first chapter in our adventure is called
1.
The Egg That Knew Too Much.
Oh no.
What does he know?
How can an egg know too much?
He knows too much.
He's just starting his journey. He
must have witnessed something.
Oh no. You think like a murder?
I don't know.
Do you think this is now a murder mystery podcast?
Maybe somebody got scrambled.
Ooh, do you think we can get Bailey Sarian on now? Because
I'd love that.
A murder mystery. This egg's seen a murder. There's been a murder.
Stop. Okay. The arrival of Eggbert. It was a rainy afternoon when Eggbert arrived. Not by stork or doorstep. No. Eggbert made its grand entrance by rolling down the street, wearing tiny aviator goggles, and bumping directly into your front door.
Oh my God. I love the fact that they're aviator goggles. Like they're like, no, they can't be glasses. They're goggles.
Has to be Well, how else would they stick on his head?
It thought of it. It like, you know what? No.
AI, you know everything.
Good job, AI. You go, chat.
No note, no instructions, just a sense of mystery and the potential for greatness. This egg, Eggbert, seemed to possess an unspoken wisdom as if it had seen the world already. Despite being perfectly egg-shaped and showing no signs of hatching anytime soon. Now,
I'm really glad he's egg-shaped for an egg. That's important.
now, as Egbert's proud new parents, you have your first big decision to make. Eggbert needs a nurturing environment. But what kind of upbringing will you provide to help
Good
this
question.
peculiar egg flourish?
Okay, what are my options?
Okay. Option A. You decide to surround Eggbert with a constant stream of classical music and obscure philosophy books to nurture its intellect from the shell up.
Mhm.
Or B. You build Eggbert a tiny, colorful playground full of odd trinkets and wind-up toys, hoping to ignite its sense of adventure and curiosity.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have an idea.
Do we want him to be smart? And not that he wouldn't be smart in the other way,
I was
but
gonna say, hold on a second.
Hold on. Do we want him to be classically trained?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we want him to be a free thinker?
I was thinking, now this is my idea, so you can give your thoughts and feelings afterwards, but I'm leaning towards classical music. However, for flavor text, only Carmina Burana.
So, like, his entire life, he's only going to listen to Carmina Burana? You're the worst.
Just that, nonstop, 24/7.
All right, we chose option A. Chapter 2. Eggbert, the philosopher in the shell.
Ooh. See, I told you Carmina Burana was gonna pay off.
That sounds like the Philosopher's Stone. So maybe
Harry Potter and the Carmina Burana.
Isn't it Carmina? Carmita?
Oh, is it?
Carmita? I don't know. Anyway, that song.
Isn't it Latin? Like, I don't know.
Okay, 3 years have passed since you decided to immerse Eggbert in the world of classical music and philosophy.
Yay.
Beethoven symphonies echoed through the house as tiny post-it notes with scribbled quotes from...
My egg!
Okay, I always mispronounce this philosopher's name.
Okay.
Is it Nietzsche or Nietzsche?
Oh, isn't it Netsky?
I don't know.
Nietzsche. Oh boy.
And Plato surround Egbert's resting spot.
I was about to say it's been a minute since like college philosophy, but I think he's a Russian philosopher.
I don't know. Strangely, Eggbert hasn't hatched yet, but you sense that its intellect is growing. On more than one occasion, you've woken up to find a tiny monocle precariously perched on Egbert's shell. No one knows how it got there.
Wait, he's grown up so fast in one chapter. Yeah, my little cool egg with his aviator goggles.
Now he's got a monocle.
Is now Mr. Monopoly Man? What happened?
He's Mr. Monopoly.
Mr. Monopoly.
Oh my gosh. Now at 3 years old, Eggbert has developed an air of sophistication.
This has only happened in 3 years.
There's a constant hum of deep thought whenever you're near. But as much as Eggbert loves the pursuit of knowledge, you've noticed it's starting to show an interest in something unexpected.
Sinister? It's murder, isn't it?
Decision.
Mm.
A. Do you choose this? Eggbert seems fascinated by the family toaster and watches intently whenever you make toast. Do you indulge this curiosity by giving Eggbert full access to the toaster to learn the ways of modern machinery?
Oh no.
Or B, you notice Eggbert spends hours staring at the stars from its window. Okay. Do you decide to foster this interest by building Eggbert its own miniature telescope?
Oh my gosh, this is tough.
Okay, this can be tough in two ways. From the first perspective, I want to pick toaster because it's funny. But also I worry because what do you use to make, or what do you put in a toaster?
Toast.
Bread.
I know. I know.
And then bread. What do you eat with your bread?
Are you talking me specifically?
In the morning, what do you eat with your toast?
Me? Salmon.
What do you eat with your toast for breakfast?
Cream cheese and salmon.
Oh my God. Eggs. You eat eggs, scrambled or sunny side up. What if he falls into a pan next to the toaster and our son is dead?
Are you saying he's going to be the murder victim if we pick option 1?
Maybe we knew too much.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going with option 1.
Option 1. Get that toaster.
Know.
Get that boy a toaster.
I got the boy a toaster. Okay, chapter 3, Eggbert, master of toast technology.
Ooh. I didn't know there was a gap in the market for toast technology.
There is.
I thought we had that pretty figured out.
Nope. He's bringing up the future of
Except
technology
that
with
stupid
toasters.
dial. I think we need, because I've learned some minutes. That's what the dial means.
Mhm.
Some level of toastiness.
Or you can just, be
Or some-
bougie and buy the toaster that's like $1 million that has the pictures of toast on it. Like
Ooh.
how crispy you want your
That
toast.
hold on. I am just learning about this new world of toasting and toasters.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
That's the thing. We've
Oh
already
my
come to the
gosh.
conclusion that there are tons of kitchen gadgets that we need but don't buy. That's not one we need, but like
No. Hold on. I need that. Are you telling me there is a toaster with a graphical user interface
yes.
that brings up pictures of toast
Yes.
with the level of toastiness,
Yes.
and you can choose that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm living in the future.
Okay, chapter 3. 6 more years have passed, and Eggbert, still unhatched, has become a connoisseur of toasters. Not just any toaster, mind you, but a complex, artisanal toaster. You've had custom built after Egbert's inexplicable obsession grew. Eggbert now spends its days experimenting with different settings, temperatures, and bread types, creating what it calls the perfect toast. The local news even caught wind of Egbert's innovations, dubbing it the Toast Whisperer.
The Toast Whisperer. Oh my gosh.
However, it's still just an egg, and people are baffled as to how this egg has achieved such culinary feats without ever cracking its shell. But something strange has begun to happen. You've noticed some of your books and gadgets going missing.
Are you telling me it's the Ghost Toast Whisperer?
The Ghost Toast Whisperer?
The Ghost Toast Whisperer?
But they reappear weeks later, slightly altered, improved even.
Oh no.
Eggbert seems to be tinkering with things beyond toast. I
told him.
You encourage Eggbert
Okay.
to explore these strange new talents, hoping it will eventually lead to even more inventive breakthroughs. You supply it with all sorts of household gadgets to enhance. Or B, you worry that Eggbert may be delving too deep into uncharted territory, so you gently nudge it back toward more normal hobbies like gardening and crossword puzzles.
Okay, now listen here. I was fine with the toaster.
But when he starts messing with the PS5, that's when we put our foot down.
Yeah, when I go to grab my beard trimmer to shave my beard.
I thought you said beard trimmer, and I was like, what?
My beard trimmer. Oh yeah, let me shave the top off this course. It's too foamy. I need to shave this down here. Yeah, I grabbed my beard trimmer, and now it's telling me like, oh, your temperature today is like, I don't want that, Mr. Beard Trimmer. Like, no. And I'm mad at Eggbert. Why did you mess with my beard trimmer?
So you're saying he's gone a toast too far?
He's going a toast too far. He has now buttered both sides of the bread and is moving on to buttering my refrigerator.
So he might be crispy. He might be burnt to a crisp.
He's burnt his. I don't know where I'm going with that one.
All right, so we're going with option B. We're going to nudge him towards gardening.
I am nudging towards gardening. He's gone a shell too far.
Pick up a shovel, Eggbert. You're going to plant a garden. All right, let's see. Chapter 4. Eggbert, the reluctant gardener.
Oh, we broke his spirit. No, now I feel bad. I feel terrible.
We crushed his dreams, his toasty little dreams.
Can we right this wrong? I feel awful.
I don't know. Let's see what the next decision has us do. 10 years have now passed, and
It's been 10 years, and we've broken his little egg heart.
Yeah, so he's like 19 now.
No, I don't like this.
Despite your attempts to guide Eggbert toward more normal pursuits such as gardening and crossword puzzles, Eggbert has taken to these new hobbies with moderate enthusiasm.
Oh.
You've built a beautiful little greenhouse where Eggbert spends its days among begonias and petunias. Still unhatched, Eggbert now sports a tiny gardening hat. Don't ask how. And the plants around it seem to flourish in its presence. But one day, while tending to a particularly stubborn tomato plant, Eggbert accidentally buried itself in the soil. He buried himself alive?
What? That is, hold on, you don't accidentally bury yourself.
Oh no.
Oh no, I am burying myself.
The dirt, it's covered my head. When you rush to dig it out, you discover that the ground around Eggbert had inexplicably sprouted strange glowing mushrooms in perfect geometric patterns. These mushrooms
Wait,
seemed
what? Run that back?
sprouting glowing mushrooms in geometric pattern, like a mandala of mushrooms.
I was about to say, like, sacred geometry is just growing everywhere this egg touches now.
Yup.
It's an egg god.
Okay. They seem to pulse with an energy that made you feel a little odd. Something tells you that despite the wholesome gardening hobby, Eggbert is still involved in something far stranger than you anticipated. He's hiding things from us.
No, what?
We caused this.
We made this happen. Are we bad parents? We're bad egg parents. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get an F.
Home ec?
We're gonna get an F.
Okay.
My 4.0.
Big decision. A, you decide to let Eggbert explore this new strange gardening talent, curious about where it might lead.
But he hates gardening. I don't want to force this anymore on him.
You even plant more of these glowing mushrooms to see what happens next. Or B, you become concerned that Eggbert is meddling with forces beyond your understanding, and so you whisk it away to a completely new environment, an isolated cabin in the woods, far from any distractions. Not a cabin in the woods.
Oh no, Chris Hemsworth can't save us now.
No, I hate that movie, by the way. It's one of my least favorite movies of all time.
No, hold on. Stop. You do this every time this movie comes up. That movie is a great movie. It did its job. You hate it because it did its job.
No, okay. It did, but I can appreciate a horror movie that's supposed to be scary and does the job of scaring me. What I don't like is a horror movie that scares me and then disturbs me for the next 3 decades. I don't like that.
You know, you've watched a lot of other movies. Cabin in the Woods isn't that scary.
I know, but I think it was the point in my life when I watched it. I was still young, and the scene where all the blood just comes, I can't. It just bugs me. Anywho.
But you watch The Shining. The Shining has a whole scene where it's the wave of blood.
Yeah, but it's so much gorier. Like, the wave of blood is so unrealistic. Like, this one, they're like, just, I don't know. Anyway.
Get on, because
I digress.
You're dying grass.
I'm dying grass. Anywho, what decision are we going to make? Are we going to let him explore this talent, or are we going to say no to the cabin?
So I feel bad because we told him no once.
Yes.
And now he's breaking out of his shell in ways I am concerned about.
He is ticked off.
He is not okay. So I feel like, I think as much as he doesn't like gardening, if we keep him away from the gardening and we brush him away, he's gonna resent us. And I don't want this deity egg killing me in my sleep.
Yeah, and also, I'm not cool about the cabin in the woods. So option A it is.
Option A it is.
All right, let's see. What's the next title of our chapter? Chapter 5. Eggbert, the Mycelium Maestro.
Ooh. Wait, isn't mycelium mushrooms?
I believe so.
He's a mushroom king?
He is a mushroom king.
We're best friends again.
He's a director of mushrooms.
Ooh.
Another 7 years have passed, and Egbert's once simple gardening hobby has transformed into something far more mystical.
Ooh, whimsical.
The glowing mushrooms have spread, creating an entire network of strange bioluminescent fungi around your home.
Bioluminescent fungi.
It's it's covered in bioluminescent algae as a diversion.
I'm sorry. That is one of the best Disney bits ever. I love that one.
I love Moana. The mushrooms pulse rhythmically, almost as if they have their own heartbeat. And now the entire garden glows faintly at night. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Much to the amazement of your curious neighbors.
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
Mushrooms, fruits or vegetables?
Fungi.
Yeah. Tried to trick you.
Yeah.
You caught me.
Eggbert, still nestled comfortably in the center of the garden. Oh, wait, so he's still buried?
Wait.
He's been buried for 7 years?
Oh, hold on. Wait. We never unburied him?
No!
We are terrible parents.
Is now regarded as some kind of gardening prodigy, or perhaps a cryptic genius of the natural world. It hasn't hatched, but there's something undeniably alive about it. Birds and small animals gather around the glowing garden in awe, and Eggbert's mushrooms have gained notoriety for their inexplicable properties. Some even claim that they can hear the mushrooms whispering ancient secrets.
Oh my gosh, I'm concerned about these mushrooms he's growing, guys.
I know.
I think we have to have a talk here.
What?
They seem a little bit more than just normal, like, mushrooms here.
I totally didn't get that until like 2 seconds ago. I was like, oh.
These are some psychedelic mushrooms this kid's growing. We have to have a talk. Hold on.
Okay, now we're definitely the worst parents. No.
First off, he resents us. Now
he's been buried for 7 years.
He's been buried for 7 years. Now he's growing a mushroom, like, drug kingdom. Like, what the heck?
Oh my God. One day, while you're harvesting some of the mushrooms, Eggbert suddenly begins to vibrate and emit a soft harmonic. Yeah.
Harmonic?
Harmonic.
Harmony.
Eggbert suddenly begins to vibrate and emit a soft harmonic hum. Something is happening.
Oh no.
A, you decide to embrace whatever is about to happen. You gather around Eggbert and encourage this mysterious energy, ready for whatever transformation may be coming. B, alarmed, you rush to contain Egbert's energy, wrapping it in layers of protective blankets, fearing that this could be the beginning of something too powerful to control.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold on.
So we went from burying him to smothering him to death.
I was about to say, hold on, wait a minute here. First off, I agree with you. I think that's a metaphor. Number two, this egg has proven he is a mushroom god. You think some blankets
are gonna
stop the impending doom he's about to rot on this earth?
No.
No!
I was like, is that rhetorical? Because the answer is no. They're not going to stop it.
You know, I don't have an answer for this because I feel no matter what I'm choosing right now, I am just a bad parent. So I'm just saying, you know what? Eggbert,
wait.
Blow up. You glow.
If he unleashes mushroom hell on the earth, we don't have to worry about failing home ec. There will be no home ec to fail.
You are on that 4D chess move.
All right. Are you ready?
Oh gosh,
the finale.
The conclusion.
Chapter 6. Eggbert, the transcendent hatchling. With a deep breath, you step back and allow Egbert's energy to flow freely. The harmonic hum intensifies, vibrating the air around you as the garden pulses with light. Suddenly, there's a loud crack. The ground beneath Eggbert shifts, and slowly, oh so slowly, Egbert's shell begins to splinter. As you watch in awe, the pieces of the shell fall away, revealing...
Oh, what is he? What is he?
A small, glowing figure emerges. Eggbert is no ordinary creature. Its body is made entirely of softly glowing fungi, intricately woven with delicate threads of bioluminescent mycelium. It stands about the size of a cat. That's a big egg. With eyes.
That's a big egg.
With eyes that shimmer like stars and tiny mushroom caps dotting its head. Eggbert looks up at you with a serene, knowing gaze, as if it has finally become what it was always meant to be. Eggbert, the mycelium maestro, reaches out with a tiny hand, or is it a tendril, and touches the earth. Instantly, the glowing mushrooms around the garden bloom into full, radiant life. The air feels thick with magic, wisdom, and the strange beauty of nature in its most mystical form. You realize now that Eggbert wasn't just an egg. It was something much more profound. A being connected to the mysteries of the universe. And with that realization, Eggbert begins to hum a soft melody, the same one that started all of this. The final prologue. Years later, Egbert's garden has grown into a famous sanctuary of glowing life, attracting people from around the world. Some come seeking answers to life's great mysteries, while others simply marvel at the surreal beauty. Eggbert, now fully embraced as a mythical figure, continues to nurture the garden with its quiet wisdom and glowing presence. Though it never speaks, you always know exactly what it's thinking. A subtle, shared understanding between parent and child. And so, Egbert's life story, The Egg That Knew Too Much, ends not with an explosion of power or a dramatic transformation, but with a soft, steady glow of a being who had always known its path. The world, it seems, will never be quite the same again.
I have some thoughts here.
Yes.
So, Eggbert.
Yes.
Lives in a mushroom kingdom.
The mycelium maestro.
Yes. Magical powers. Mystical land.
Yes.
Mushroom kingdom.
Yes.
Can lead you on a path because he knows the way. Is he Toad?
No! Is he Toad?
I think we just hatched Toad.
He is not Toad.
He is Toad. Toad is the size of a cat. Eggbert's the size of a cat. He knows the way. He can lead you on a path. Toad leads you on a path in Mario Kart. Mystical power, star power Toad. We raised Toad. We are the origin story of Toad.
Okay, so we aren't terrible parents is what I'm hearing.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean,
We definitely got like a C on that assignment,
but it's not an F.
It's not an F. Ha-ha.
Listen, I'm pretty proud of raising Toad.
We made some mistakes. We learned a lot though.
Yeah,
So I feel like we'll come out of this.
We did the best
Yeah.
with the information we had at the time.
We did. So I'm not. I think we earned that C. But you know what? We earned it, and we got that C plus. So.
All right. I really enjoyed that story. I can't
Yes.
wait for the next time that we, play around with our excellent adventure.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with your special bonds. All right, everybody, welcome back.
Welcome.
While we were on break,
I'm excited about
we
this.
asked AI to create an image of what Eggbert would look like after, he or she hatched. And I don't think you guys are ready for this. So
you were working on this, and I'm so excited because I have it in my mind of what I think he's gonna look like.
Are you ready?
I am ready. So.
Okay. So.
Oh my gosh, she's so freaking cute.
So I'm going to describe it for those of you that are listening so you guys can get the full effect and you guys can kind of paint a picture in your head.
Oh, he's like a little.
Okay.
I'll let you explain, but he is adorable.
Okay, so picture, if you will, an oval egg-shaped.
I'm getting very much like white baby seal.
Yeah, it does have the face of a baby seal or even a kitten.
Yes.
But it has it looks like it bumped its noggin. Like it has a whole bump on its head.
It was when he was coming out of the dirt. He hit a rock. He's got a little
probably.
bump.
And then he's surrounded by all these tiny little glowing mushrooms. But Eggbert himself has these stardusty eyes and then just tendrils coming down from his entire body. He looks like a giant clump of strings.
Yeah.
He doesn't really even look like a full
he
figure.
Looks like it's because of the tendrils and everything, for his more solid, the body portion of him, he looks fuzzy. You could just pet him and he would be the softest little
and
buddy ever.
He has little flowers popping off of him.
And look at how cute those little blue star eyes are. They're just out looking being out to the left. You're just oh, I just want to snuggle him.
He almost kind of looks like he has a cavern under his body. So I kind of want to sit under him. like he would be a cool little tent.
He is the all-knowing mushroom king. So I feel like you would gain all mushroom knowledge by
almost
sitting under him.
You know how there are fairy circles?
Yes.
He reminds me of a fairy tent.
Yes, a fairy tent.
He's a mushroom tent.
I love that.
I love it.
If you want to see what Eggbert looks like, do check out the video version of the show, which would be on YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be on my Mrs. Woolley and Fifth YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out so you can see the image of Eggbert. But now we're going to go ahead into our segment called Special Bonds.
I'm excited about this segment.
Me too. I love hearing all of your
Yes.
stories. So I put out a post and I asked for some people to send in their stories of special relationships, either that they had with a teacher who was a friend or their own teacher, maybe their parent is a teacher, and really just highlighting the impact they may have made on their life or maybe just why they demonstrate the passion for teaching, because I'm a teacher. So I like to hear those kinds of things. So today our special bond comes from Anna. So thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Anna.
I'm going to read it and then we'll kind of chit chat about it. All right. So she said, I want to share my 7th and 8th grade Spanish teacher. She loved the subject and made sure we liked it too. Instead of thousands of worksheets, we would play Gimkits or Blookits. When we had a big unit, she would have a fun project to do with it. My favorite was when we got to draw our dream houses and label the furniture in Spanish. Every day, we would start with sharing our mood, the day, the time, and the weather. One memory I have of her was when I asked for a Band-Aid and she gave me 2. One to put on and one for after, the next time I washed my hands. I miss her so much, and she really made me love that the Spanish language and culture.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I absolutely love that. And so my family is actually Hispanic, and I grew up going to Spanish, in high school. I took 4 years of Spanish, and I also had a great Spanish teacher. And it was just the class everyone looked forward to because it was always so fun. And it sounds like your teacher really, made a point to make the lessons engaging and keep you guys interested in the subject matter. So, kudos to your teacher.
No, I was going to say, that teacher that like really brings like a subject alive. I know for me, I'm sure you have one too, but the one that did it the most was I won't say names, but like my 7th grade science teacher was the one. Like I just remember because it was all she kind of like that was when it like started drifting off more from just like you read from a book every day. Like we were doing labs and stuff, and like she had like the most creative labs to teach like the topics we were learning about, and then she always made it so fun and just went the extra mile to like interact with us as students in like a more like heartfelt manner that it seems like the Spanish teacher really did for you. And I don't know.
You can always tell the teachers that truly have a passion for what they do.
Yeah.
Like it's just a dead giveaway because they just put their all into every single lesson.
Yeah.
And it's just so evident.
Yeah, and that's like really important. Like
I really love I love the memory that you brought up also, Anna, because how tiny and like small of a moment for you to just ask your teacher for a Band-Aid and for you to remember that she gave you 2, purposely because you needed one then and then she knew you would need one in the future. Like that just goes to show the level of care that she had for her students.
Extra thought. Like it's
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I wasn't misgendering them. But it just that just goes to show the level of care. And I love that that's the memory that you have of her,
No, I think that's amazing because you hear some kids who just have nothing but like bad memories of school, and to have like just that one
teacher that sticks with you.
Yeah, that sticks with you. And it's just I don't know. I just love that story.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anna. If you want to send in a story for us to read on the podcast, we would love to hear it. Please go ahead and send it either to my DMs at Mrs. Woolley in 5th on Instagram, or you can also send it to hello@wearefinepod.com.
All right. Well, I'm kind of sad here because we're starting to wrap up. But you know what? We started off as strangers. We moved to acquaintances. Now I'm hoping we're friends, maybe even best friends. Who's to say? You could tell us if we're best friends. Reach out to us, talk to us. We want to hear what you think of the show, what you're excited to see, what you like, but hey, what you didn't like. Let us know. So
maybe who you want to see us talk to on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're going to have guests on the show. So that would be really helpful to know who you want to see.
So reach out to us in our Human Content Podcast family at Human Content Pods on IG and TikTok.
Woo!
Yay!
You guys don't know how many times we had to say that.
That was a tongue twister. But I did it!
You did it! Also, if you want to watch the full episodes, you can watch them on YouTube on my channel, Mrs. Woolley in 5th. Thanks for listening. We're your hosts, Lauran and Jordan Woolley.
And our executive producers are, guess what? Lauran and Jordan Woolley, but also Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke.
Our editor is Andrew Sims.
Our engineer is Jason Portizo.
And our music is by Omer Benzvi.
To learn about our program disclaimer and ethics policy and submission verifications and licensing terms, I said listening earlier, and that was wrong. Go to wearefinepod.com or reach out to us at hello@wearefinepod.com with any questions or concerns.
This podcast discusses sensitive and challenging topics, including mental health and personal struggles. If you're in crisis or need someone to talk to, please reach out to the suicide hotline at 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You are not alone.
We Are Fine is a Human Content production.
And that is a wrap on episode 1.
Yay!
Hey, you.
Hey.
I love that shirt you're wearing.
And you know what would go great with that shirt?
What?
A nice big virtual hug. And you can get that by hitting some of these buttons down here. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll give you a big old virtual hug.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.